What's up, everyone? Welcome back to GASO. I'm your host, Michael Timmons. I got me and Lyndon Cook today. We took a little bit of a break, uh, but we're back. Excited. A lot of y'all are back to school right now. Hope that transition's going well, especially for that incoming freshman class. Hope you're finding your way around campus. What's going on with you, Lyndon? How was your little break? I know that we get excited to have a little bit of a couple weeks off.
Yeah, no, it's always nice, especially after, how just high octane the end of summer is with back-to-back live periods coming off of TABC and the pre-live and everything that happens in the month of June. So we're back and we're ready to get after it for these fall tour dates and get those schedules out to y'all because I know those matchups are highly anticipated.
No, facts. And before we get started, I want to say shout out to Ballogy. They're our sponsor for this episode. We've been doing some great things. They're so innovative in this space, so I want to shout out to them. They've been a great partner, and I want to shout out Instagram because we are live on Instagram. I figured it out, Lyndon. I figured out how to go live on Instagram, so now you can get us live on Twitter, X, Instagram, YouTube. So we're rocking. But yeah, speaking of the Gasso Fall events, they're coming. We just finished the schedule about 5-10 minutes ago. Uh, and that schedule build is one of our favorites because it's early on and we get to make those matchups and we're excited about it. Without spoiling anything, that will come out this evening, I think. But what were you excited about in that matchup build?
Yeah, it's because when you watch these teams at TABC, this is the next chance to actually see high school teams compete for us. In that element, and there's been a lot of furniture moving. There's been a lot of new faces, new places that has transpired just in the last month. So seeing some of these new teams and thinking, okay, this team needs a better matchup because X player is now with them, needs a little bit more smoke. That kind of thing. It's always fun for us, and it helps us as evaluators think, okay, this kid's here now. I wonder how that's going to fit. We're going to need to make him a priority to see. So it kind of just gets the ball rolling for our momentum as evaluators to get ready and see these kids in, a week and a half whenever this tips off.
Right. And I think like this schedule build that we did will be a lot different than the next DFW one in October. We'll have more data. And we talked about TABC, but that was in June and now it's September, or it's going to be September. And there's going to be a lot that have changed. Going into these, what's some advice you would give for these players? Obviously, you're playing in your fall leagues on your weeknights, but what's some of that? Because we've seen it at Gasso Fall Classics. There's been a lot of times where like these matchups like foreshadow and like push ahead like some real big storylines going into the season. So what advice would you give to players as they get ready to tip it off next Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, treat it like it's the first game of your actual regular season. I mean, these are two games where not only from a former coach's standpoint, where if you want to grab the bull by the horns and say, you know what, I'm going to claim my starting spot or rotation spot or be the dude for this team. These are two great opportunities because you're not doing it against your friends and your teammates every day like you are in practice. You're getting some outside influence to go attack and try to prove that you're the best dude on the court or that you're the best rebounder or best defender or whatever the case may be, whatever your specific role fits with. So, with that, and then to us as evaluators, being able to make some noise for yourself by doing the little things, by winning 50-50 balls, by playing harder and being more vocal than everybody else on the court, those things really help your evaluation, especially early on in the fall, because if you're doing it at 8 a.m. on a random Saturday in September, I know you're going to be doing it late in January, February when it counts.
Yeah, for me, I think you're not going to win a state championship next Saturday, but you're going to find some confidence, some momentum. I remember when I played in these back when I was in high school, it was like whoever you got paired with. We played against Austin, Westlake, and Pflugerville that year that were both two top 10 teams in the state. And it just felt good to know like where you fit in and that now like you have that confidence, whether you win or lose, like competing at that high level, taking it seriously. Like you said, walk in like it's your first game. Because we've seen plenty of these fall matchups that turn into regional finals and state semifinal matchups,
You
if
bet.
if even state championship matchups. So getting that vibe and that feel to be like, okay, this is where we are in September, and having something to build for is huge. But yeah, I'll say like you said, take it serious. And it's a time to reset who you are as a prospect as well. Whatever your summer was, whatever you were, even at TABC for that roster, it's different now. Coaches are using these high school coaches are using these weekends and these events to figure out what their pecking order is in varsity. So
Hmm.
go out there and make winning plays, and take it serious. It's going to feel weird. It's going to be a Saturday. It's going to be a little relaxed. There's not going to be as much intensity in the gym on these fall events, but that's your time to bring the intensity. Um,
Oh yeah.
but I'm very excited. Um, this weekend really wasn't. We weren't going to talk too much. We'll do a big preview show next week about matchups and things like that. But I really wanted to talk about the next gen event that we have. We're about a month away. We're going down to Houston, Texas, and the signups have been crazy. So I wanted to go to this list real quick, and I'm putting you on your toes. I told everybody we don't have a rundown. We're just it's just me and Lennon talking right now. So Lennon, if you go hit the next gen sign up sheet real quick, I want you to pick a couple of names that when they signed up, you're like, I'm excited to see this kid.
Yeah, I mean, let's start with one of our more recent entries with Ephron Moore, because if you haven't seen this kid at Beaumont United, this, I mean, just the footwork and like in his skill level for being that size at just being a sophomore now, it's something that is rare. Let's just say that, and coupled with his frame and ability to bully people, I think that you know in the open gym setting, it's going to be a little bit harder to see because it always flows to the guards and stuff. But anytime he gets a paint touch, I'm expecting a dunk or a high level back to the basket bucket from this kid.
Yeah, for me, I agree with that. That was one I'm like, oh man, he's gonna be a nightmare. But there's gonna be a really like when we look at the end of these next gen events, there's those guys that have the physicality and the motor, and they're just game wreckers. And Broderick Wyatt, when he signed up, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be the MVP of the camp. Very loosely, I said it just because of the way he plays the physicality. I mean, he's gonna make kids. There's gonna be business decisions being made, and
Yeah,
those are my favorite people. Like when we're trying to set a tone for this camp, the Broderick Wyatts are the guys that I like because it's like they set the intensity level. Because I understand how some of these camps work, and kids come in, they're too cool for school, they're having a good silly goose time, and then you go get hit in the mouth by a Broderick Wyatt. So when I saw him sign up, I was like, yeah, that's my guy. I need them there. Very excited for him. Who's another one for you?
yeah. I mean, just look at, it's not just the Houston kids that we can talk about too, because we got a ton of talent coming from everywhere. And a guy that I want to talk about is Max Moody, where coming in from Central Texas, where he's put a lot of people on notice, had a strong summer, and now is getting a chance to show what he's got against the best in that 2028 class in Houston, where you got guys like JD Humphreys, like Madden Hill, where he's going to be able to go either be teammates or go up against them, and kind of try to see who the alpha is when it all shakes out.
Yeah. When we were doing this, so next gen's an underclassmen event. So we do have 2027s in this. It's always weird in the fall because we look at it like this. My favorite thing to tell these 27s before camp tips off is that, yeah, you're juniors, but you haven't started your junior season. So for those 2027s, I'm going to tell them once again. So I'm glad they're here. But the play time is over. When you're all over social media and they're like, oh my gosh, college coaches don't want high school prospects anymore, they want transfer portal guys. Well, the margin's starting to slim up. So for these 2027s that will be at our camp, like there should be no playtime. It should be all go. We're gonna have national, regional, state media in there, so you have a chance to create real momentum and real opportunity. And it starts with competing. So I always like when we have those 2027s that are hungry in the building because it sets the tone for the whole class. The 28s are loaded. We have 29s and 30s coming in. But for those 28s to see those 27s compete and set the tone, I think it's just going to make for a special, special event. Um, and I'm excited for it. But like you said, Houston's hosting, but we have dudes infiltrating H Town from San Antonio, from the DFW, from Austin, and the signups keep coming in. So don't be late to this party. This is where you'll want to be at the end of September. And it's going to be a show. We're going to have a lot of surprises. I'm excited for it. And this roster build is going to be one of my favorites. I can already tell.
It's gonna be
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, I'm super excited. But before we go, a message from our sponsor, Ballogy, coaches, parents, and athletes. This is the one's for the grinders. While most are slowing down this offseason, you have a window to get ahead. Ballogy is the player development platform built for those who want more. Designed by former pros and elite coaches, it gives everything you need to train with a purpose and track real progress. AI powered shot tracking, a full library of pro workouts. If you're serious about making varsity, earning a scholarship, or just refusing to fall behind, this is your moment. It's free to start, so download the Ballogy app, Ballogy, and gear up while everyone else resets. Greatness doesn't wait. Learn more at ballogy.com. But yeah, we just want to get on and show everybody, hey, we're back, back to school. I hope y'all got y'all's fresh fits, and y'all are dope out there. But for the hoopers, it's time. It's time, and we're ready with our first fall event. I think starting next weekend, we're on GASO as an event 5 out of the next 7 weekends. So we're right back to it. So we'll be coming to you with weekly GASO cast episodes. I'm more so, like I said, I'm excited for the IG live going on now. So we got that over there. And we, as always, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. And it's a new season is starting. So get your mind right and get ready to hoop. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Later.